Is DTI invasive?
No, it is not. DTI is an entirely painless, innocuous study. DTI, number one, is a specialized form of MRI. It's not synonymous with MRI, so please don't conflate those. It's a highly specialized form of MRI, and it's never referred to as MRI. When people refer to brain MRI or MRI, they're referring to sort of plain vanilla MRI of the brain, which is meant to look at the anatomical structures in the brain. DTI is a totally different subset of MRI, highly specialized, that through various methods allows us to see, indirectly visualize the white matter tracts of the brain and assess to see if there's traumatic brain injury. So MRI does not use radiation in any way, shape, or form. DTI is a form of MRI, so there's no radiation. This is a nod in favor of MRI versus, say, CT scanning, which does use radiation. Another important factor about DTI is that nothing's injected. Oftentimes for different types of studies, the patient has to get an IV and something has to be injected, radiotracer or contrast. No such thing in DTI. DTI looks at the motion and restriction of motion of water molecules inherent to the brain, and those are already there, so nothing has to be injected. So it's an entirely invasive and innocuous study. Your patient client will go to the imaging center, one that we're affiliated with, for example, and they just have to take off any metal, watches, jewelry, because they can't go near the magnet, which is very powerful with metal or jewelry of any sort. And they're going to lie on a gurney and they're going to go into the tube, which is a narrow tube. They don't feel anything. There's no pain, there's no injection, nothing like that. They'll get some earplugs because the MRI scanner does make some noise, and that can be a little daunting, but it doesn't hurt, it's just noise. And I have had an MRI myself, and I've been in lots of rooms with MRI scanners. They tend to be quite cold because the MRI scanner needs to be kept cold. So other than being a little chilly and hearing a little bit of noise, it's a completely innocuous study. No radiation, nothing injected, no pain whatsoever.